Well, this is by far the most I've ever been into a fab project. Today we're going to do the steering sticks, tie rod, and the steering linkage from the pitman arm to the knuckle. And I think it would be easiest just to do it in steps. And the first step is to take the wheels off. Alright, now that I got the wheels off, I'm going to take off this ratchet strap tie rod and free up these knuckles so I can get them drilled. So pretty much this bolt needs to fit into these misalignment spacers. Bolt also has to go through this hole, and it is ever so slightly smaller, and so I'm going to drill that hole out. Basically those are 3/4 inch bolts, so I got a 3/4 inch drill bit. I'm going to drill straight down. It tapers from the bottom. It's bigger on the bottom and it's smaller. Instead of trying to fight the inside wall of this side, it's a lot easier to go from the top of a hole like this. Now, as straight as I possibly can and at low speed. Hopefully this one drill bit is enough to eat through all 3 of these holes. Oh nuts, don't break the drill. I chipped out of that drill bit. Well, made it through. It's still drilling. It's just going to take a little longer now. So there you go. There's a bolt. Before, I was kind of worried that drilling that would leave less meat, but you can see I still got quite a bit of meat on this knuckle arm. So 3 more holes. Hopefully my drill bit makes it. If not, I'll be making a run to ace. I can't get straight. So what I'm going to have to do is, because I can get my drill a straight shot with it over this way, maybe I should ratchet strap this to that side so it doesn't move on me. Put that on there. Yeah. Yeah, that's not doing anything. That's a real bummer. What a shame. Here's an idea. Let's put both right heim joints on the right side of the truck, and we'll put both left-handed thread joints on the left side of the truck. What a safety misalignment spacer. Like that. Then my right hand heim joint on there like that. And the regular misalignment spacer, according to the pictures on ruffstuff.com, or whatever the website is. And then that can go into our knuckle. We take a 7/8 heim joint with some non-high misalignment spacers and put that on the bottom. We could also explore the option of doing a double shear and putting both of these on top. Out of curiosity, might as well, why not, who knows. Now, you could mount this up here, but you'd have to put a double shear point on top of here. And also, this upper heim joint would have to clear the engine oil pan, and we don't know if we're going to do that yet. So if I do put it on here, then I'll have to weld to this cast steel, and to do that I think we have to heat it up, but I'm pretty sure that I could make a piece and weld all that in. What do you think? Should I make a 1/4 inch piece that goes across, welds to the top of this knuckle, and then plate it in right here? Or should I mount this below and get less ground clearance up front? I'm thinking that with these both on here, I'll put a nut on the bottom and measure to see if the bar going to my pitman arm is going to contact the engine oil pan at full bump, and if it doesn't, then we're going to go with this setup right here, because this is performance. This will be way better. Since we do have both of these knuckles drilled out, what I can do is get the tires back on, and we'll start measuring for this tie rod. As tedious as it is, put the tires back on. Ow! Pinch my phalange. It was my favorite finger. I don't have any fancy tools for measuring this. I'm just gonna measure between the insides of the tires until they're even, like a friend suggested that I do. If my measurements are slightly off, I can always adjust it using the hives. Because these are the homemade bead locks, I can just hook one side to that bead lock and one side to this bead lock, and I can hold these tires together like that. Now, I'm gonna make sure they're facing straight. What's interesting about camber is that when you don't have a tie rod on there and your axle is in the air, your wheels kind of want to go outward, but when it's sitting on the ground, they want to dip inward. I just think that's pretty cool. To my benefit today, it allows me to just use one ratchet strap because these wheels are going away from each other. All I got to do now is scoot in and out and measure the inside and the outside of these wheels. So, and then I can adjust it using this ratchet strap in and out. Although this is a primitive way to do this, the right way to do it would be to go on BleepinJeep.com and buy their fancy tools. 55, that's about an inch of toe in right there. If I let this ratchet strap out just a wee bit. Little bit of math for you. If this is 1 inch wider on the front than it is on the back, then you need to go in a 1/2 inch on the back and out a 1/2 inch on the front. So you automatically know to let the front out a 1/2 inch. See, there we go, 54 inches, 54.5 inches. And, 54.5 inches right there. Wheels are parallel with each other, and you've got 54 inches in the front and in the back. So now I need to find PVC pipe that will fit over these heim joints and make a sacrificial drag link. DOM tubing, especially quarter wall, still kind of expensive. So I'm not willing to cut a piece not knowing for 100% certainty that it's the length that I wanted. We got 20 feet. We could probably make 4 mistakes on this one, and it wouldn't cost me anything because I got this piece of pipe for free. 4 foot 5/8. That side. These are on there straight. See how it fits. Okay. I don't know if I can explain how excited I am for each and every project that I do. But tell you what, I've never done anything like this before in my life, especially welding and fabrication work. But I got friends who do this kind of stuff, and they're very encouraging. Sometimes they pick on me. Sometimes they come over and they give me advice, and it's really helpful. 1/4 inch short right there. That would really suck if I had cut that 1.5 inch tube, and I'd have to cut it in the middle, sleeve it, and add a 1/4 inch. Try this again. Put that in there. Come on. Don't make me come over there. That one in there. Oh man, that's good. That's perfect. Excellent. Yay. Oh yeah, you better believe that I am measuring this a whole bunch of times. Once mechanically with that, and then measuring it like 2 or 3 times. This is like my 3rd time doing this because I don't want to screw it up. Making sure that I have 48.5 inches. 48.5 inches right there, which leaves me about that much to cut off. And well, maybe I'll use that for a sleeve on a larger tube later. Going in the scrap pile. So learning from my mistakes, specifically when I messed up that track bar, One of the contributing factors was that I beveled this tube all the way to the inside edge. When I welded it, it penetrated through to the threads. Now, these inserts from Rusty's are set up a little differently where the threads don't go all the way into the tube, but I still just want to chamfer this tube only halfway through the thickness of this wall. Oh no. Dropping everything. Where did that go? Oh no. Oh no. Stop dropping it. Oh, it's so pretty. So, that worked out good. These tires are still parallel. There's no side-to-side movement in this tube. Another thing we're not going to do is we're not going to weld two left-handed thread inserts onto our tube, because we know from experience that that would be really bad. Here's my chipping hammer. Now, flux core is not as good as MIG-gas welding, but I guarantee you that I won't run out of gas today. Once a day. Floss, twice a day. Brush, 4 times a day. Good news, everyone! My rod ends screw in. I didn't weld into the threads this time. Also, I actually put a left and a right one on. Unfortunately, some people learn faster from their mistakes than they do from good habits. This one on top. This tire in. Drop it to there. Oh man, it's beautiful. Step 2 of the steering build. Believe it or not, I have to take the tires back off because we've got to put the springs back on and able to get a perfect correct measurement for the steering link, even though it's probably going to be the same length at full bump. Did anybody notice that I'm wearing black and blue gloves today? This is about the amount of articulation I'm going to have in the front. The shocks that I ordered for Bilstein are 18 3/4 collapsed, which is where that's sitting right there, and about 30 inches extended, which is where that's sitting right there. It ends up being like 30 and a little less than 3/4, so I think that'll be enough flex. 12-inch travel shock absorber. Yeah, feel a little more safe, huh? Look at that, we got steerable wheels. And, oh my gosh. Is that touching? You gotta see that. Come here. Come here. Wheels are at full lock. That was really locked out, so we might not even steer this much. We'll have to see how far our CVs will steer. But at full lock, each side, this bar is close to this stock differential cover, and there's just enough room to slide this tape measure behind it. Now, if I get an upgraded diff cover, I may have to modify it a little bit, but I shouldn't have to bend this bar at all. Who welded this?